Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and on this channel we talk all about plants, and it has been a minute since I have been on. It is now November. It is pitch black out because it is 5 p.m. and we have got some work to do. So today we are going to update you on a few of my new plants. We're going to do a few plant chores that need to get caught up on, and we're just going to get ourselves ready for these colder months now that I've got a little bit of time, a little bit of a break. So if you are into plants and into caring for plants, stick around and let's get some things done. Okay, so we just got home. We did go to Sam's Club today, went to Walmart, did just like a little weekend haul. I'll show you a couple of fun things that we saw while we were out and kind of give you an update on what's going on in our lives. But first, I did want to show you two new plants that I just got in recently. The first one being this adorable asparagus fern. It is so cute and it has actually grown quite a bit since I got it. It is sitting upstairs in the window in that like sunny room that I have. I'll show you where it's sitting, but I'm really happy with this little guy. I've always wanted one and I just went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered one. It's a risky move in Wyoming this time of year, but it came in perfectly. I ordered this really pretty pot for this season and I am just obsessed. It is so happy. It does like a lot of light and humidity. Oops, calm down. So like I said, it's right in the bright light. It's growing quite a bit. I'm spritzing it a little bit with just some mist, some water, and it seems like it's really thriving. And the second one that I just recently got in, and this one does need repotted today, but I ordered in a little variegated Hoya Hindu rope. I'm questioning it now, but I've always wanted this too, and I decided I'd just get a little baby one. I do want to repot it. I'm hoping that through this winter in this kind of like humid room down here with these lots of lights, it's going to get a little bit fuller. And then maybe I'll order like a second small one so that it just kind of fills the space out a little bit. But I wanted to try a little one first, make sure that I can figure it out before I've got a bigger plant. So I'm excited about this. We're going to get this repotted today, along with taking care of some other plant chores that I've been neglecting. I've got a couple repots to do, and then I've got a couple of sad and dying plants that I really need to reevaluate. The first one being this poor little, we'll talk about it in a minute, actually. I'm just sitting here staring at this plant. So let me give you an update on what's been going on, give you a little shopping haul, and then we will get into the plants.
Okay, so first, a sweet little look at our Penny Lou. We did find her a treat while we were at Sam's Club, and they are the cutest little Dunkin' donut bites with sprinkles and frosting, and she is obsessed with them. And then I wanted to show you this Christmas mat that we got. It is so nice.
Okay, so let's get into the updates on some plants that we've been kind of invested in. First exciting update is my Thanksgiving cactus has officially bloomed or budded, I guess. And it is the one that's been living in water and it has done so well. I think these cooler temperatures have caused it to bud. If you didn't know, and you're wanting your Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus to start to bloom, the cooler temperatures are the reason they bloom this season. So if you're able to give them like 55 to 65, especially at night, and then an extensive period of darkness, so like 12 hours a day, you have a higher chance of it blooming. I'm not promising anything, but they say that the cooler temperatures and the more dark do affect the buds. And then once it buds, they say don't touch it. So I don't have it down here. I'm going to bring you to it and I'll show you the update on that. This is one that I had bought. I'm a teacher and I had purchased last Valentine's Day as a propagation from our special education department. The students, they do like life skills. And so they did some planting, and then we could purchase the propagations. So I got that, and then my spider plant, which has grown a ton. I will give you an update on that as well. But I decided with the Christmas cactus, because I've always had kind of a hard time with those, just to keep it in water and see how it did, because it was kind of a baby. So, and it has absolutely thrived. So if you have struggled with your little cacti like I have, it might be worth trying at least just a propagation and seeing how it does in water. So this is the first time I'm seeing the buds. They are this beautiful pink color, that kind of dark pinky color. And once it starts to bud, it typically takes 4 to 6 weeks, about a month, for the blooms to come. So it is November 8th today. And so I'm hoping around Thanksgiving, definitely going into Christmas, it will be bloomed. And it's like the perfect timing. I'm so excited. So update number 1, big deal. Okay, next update, this huge split leaf philodendron that I have. It was initially a water propagation that I got from my grandma. It grows like crazy. It's getting a new leaf in right now. And actually, do you see how it's kind of stuck? Focus. In this little holder that I have. So I'm glad that I picked this up. A good tip if you are caring for a big number of plants is just kind of go through once a week, check for watering, but then also check for things like stuck leaves, because that could have been bad if I didn't just look at that. Anyways, it's getting a new leaf, but I lifted this thing up the other day and realized, can you see the root coming out of this? I think that I do want to repot it, because I don't want the roots to start getting stuck underneath. All the holes are starting to get roots coming out, but this one is like 6 inches of root, and it could definitely use a bigger pot. I put it in this one initially when I moved it from water to soil, and I've never moved it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with this guy. Another really easy plant if you're interested. It's just green, but it's kind of show-stopping in that the leaves are enormous. Look at this thing, is bigger than my head, and just like really cool. It's like a different shaped leaf. I don't believe it comes like variegated or anything, but it's just very tropical and gives that like houseplant vibe that we want in our homes. So I'm gonna repot that, and I'll show you what that looks like. Update number 2, I had my snake plant that I've had. It was my very first plant that I got, and it has gone through it with me. It did live outside this summer, and then I did not get that poor little baby brought in time, and it suffered. So update number 2 is I now have a new snake plant for the collection. This one is beautiful. It is a Costa Farms one, and it seems really happy. It's really large. So we're kind of starting over with the snake plant. I have a huge video on snake plant care, but essentially these plants are known as like the plants that don't need light. And we really talk in that video about, yes, that is true, but if you're able to give them light, that's where you get the growth. You get these, big full leaves that start to come in. So mine does live under the grow lights. I'm hoping that we can get some height with this one. It's beautiful and curling. It is in a self-watering pot. I'm not really using that function right now, because I've learned in the past as well that overwatering is an issue with snake plants. I also talk about how top watering I have had issues with in colder climates. And so the bottom watering is helpful for me. I will use this self-watering pot when it's time to water, fill it, let it soak up the water, and then just dump the pot out and not let it kind of set in there. And then I let my snake plant completely dry out before I re-water again. I even go a couple days past. So that's kind of what this is looking like. A couple care tips if you're new to snake plants. And then, like I said, I have a whole video about caring for snake plants on my channel as well if you're interested. I talk about how I learned the hard way on every trick that I have with snake plants. That thing had seen some days, and it really was like my learning plant. And so I had a heart for it. It did not make it, which that's okay. We get this new beautiful one with this beautiful white pot. Okay, last update before we get to a couple chores and I show you what's going on just in the plant room as a whole. It's not a good update though, and I need your help because this strappy little anthurium that I got, beautiful, but it's yellowing off. It's got some yellowing leaves. I'm thinking that this soil is too chunky for it and it's not retaining enough moisture for the size of this plant. Look how sad. Poor baby. So I am going to repot this into something that retains moisture a little bit better, but I also need your help. If you have experienced this, set it down. If you've experienced this with anthurium and you found a trick for it, I am watering. I wouldn't say overwatering. I am putting my finger a couple inches into the substrate prior to watering to making sure it's dried out. But that first leaf started to yellow. I watered it, and then now it has the second leaf yellowing off, and it's making me nervous. So I'm gonna put it into something that retains a little bit more moisture, probably self-watering, and then we're gonna give it a little bit of time to see if it acclimates and starts to behave itself. And then I'm looking for your comments. Tell me, what did you do that made this thing feel a little bit better? Is it a humidity issue, a moisture issue? I'm kind of thinking so. Okay, those are the updates. Give me your updates down in the comments. What new plans have you gotten this fall? What is going on weather-wise where you are? We woke up with snow this morning in Wyoming, so I'm not a snow girly, but like the first one or two are kind of exciting. And have you started decorating for Christmas yet? Are you a November 1st type of girly or a day after Thanksgiving girly? Or do you wait until December? What's that looking like for you? I officially have my first piece of decor out with that mat from Sam's Club that I got. And the only reason I put it out is because my other one kept blowing away. We live in windy Wyoming and I needed something that was a little sturdier and heavier. I'm not opposed to decorating early, but I don't know that my husband would love it. So we're officially one decoration in. Tell me where you are, what's been going on with your life. Let's go do a couple plant chores now. Okay, so it is the next day. I just got off of work and I figured I'd get a couple of these plant chores. Did you see Penny run past? These plant chores hammered out. There she is. So the first thing that I want to do is I need to do a little bit of care to this guy. I'm just going to do a little bit of trimming of these leaves that are browning off because there are some new little baby leaves down here that look really healthy. And if you have leaves that are really struggling, the plant tends to put its energy into trying to heal those as opposed to the new leaves that could be taking that energy. So I cut quite a bit off. I just have these shears that I just used alcohol on so that they are nice and sanitized, and that I'm gonna go ahead and water now. The second thing that I wanted to do tonight, as I'm just whipping through these before we start making dinner, is to repot this Hoya. It's in this pot that I think is going to be too big for it. Now, I have found that Hoya do really well in self-watering, but I'm not gonna start it in that just because I don't really know the watering schedule of this yet. I am gonna downsize just a little bit, put a little bit nicer draining mix, because this is just straight soil with a little bit of perlite on the top. So I want this to just be a little bit more well draining. I'm gonna do that and then I will show you what that looks like here quickly. And just like magic, we are back. This is repotted. I did my chunky soil mix. It has some orchid bark, perlite, a little bit of soil. And so it's just a little bit more well draining than what this was in previously. And then I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, check it throughout the week, and kind of get a feel for what this little thing needs in terms of water. That's what that looks like. And I think this is a better fit for it in terms of pot size. That is that. And then the last thing that I wanted to do tonight, because I have to get dinner going, she has perfect timing, is just give you an update on this Hoya. This is the Crimson Queen. And I was telling you that I was having some troubles with it. It kind of had stopped growing, and it just kind of shot up here over the last month or so. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new leaves that are all this beautiful white, pinky, peachy tone. And I did put it closer to the window, so it's now living directly on the windowsill. And I know a couple people were interested in what I was gonna do with this. I did not repot it. I had previously talked about putting it into a self-watering pot, but come to find out, this girl just wanted a little bit more light. I absolutely love this plant. If you're looking for a Hoya that is a showstopper, it is this one. It's so pretty, and I think I have it figured out now. Nothing that's hard in terms of watering. This one just wanted a little bit more light, and now it's good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night so we can get dinner going for these kiddos. Check back soon though, because I'm gonna do a couple more plant chores, and then we have some moving around of plants up here, especially in the living room, because Christmas is coming. We'll do a little cleaning and decorating, and then deciding what plants we want to showcase for this holiday season. That should be coming up soon. I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.